We're headed to the Idlers meet in Tsukuba. We're running a little late, but that's okay. We're gonna do some rollers on the way, trying to make good use of our time, and wrap up this documentary. Right with my buddy JF Progression. Hey, he's helped me out in several shoots. He's gonna help me out on this one. It'll be an interesting experience to be shooting from a GTR rather than shooting a GTR. Let's do it. So today we're at Tsukuba 2000, but we're not racing. There is racing going on. We're doing the Idlers meet, and this place is massive. Option Magazine is out here, Speed Hunters is out here, all the guys are out here. And I came here to mostly to film Josh's RWB, finish that documentary, but I'm also doing some other stuff. And I figured, well, let's do a vlog. Let's have a look around. People think Japan's all about the import, well, here they're domestic, but about the Japanese cars. That's not true. Japan is like any other country. There's enthusiasts of all different kinds. And here we have the American muscle guys. They came in as a whole squad, like 15 of them. And for me, this is completely nostalgic. My mask is on upside down. That's better. For me, this is super nostalgic because I grew up on a racetrack. Not a track, but like a drag strip, because that's all we had in Florida. And this is what I saw. This is what I grew up around. Look at that. We got the stance and VIP guys over here. Stance on this S13. We got the scooters over here. There's still people coming in. Here's my white plate guys. Option Magazine is currently interviewing them. I've been waiting on this guy to let me do a feature on his car, but he wants to wait till he gets it more pretty. But he's gonna take it to a car show. All right, fine. That's cool. I see how it is. This is that wagon you saw in my other video, RB26DETT. There you go, nice to see a 260 RS. This Josh, got the lights, all the glitz and glamour over here. Oh yeah, there we go, look at this. Woo! Plump Diner. God, look at the tires on this thing. God, I bet it'll wrinkle those things in a hurry. Oh, and it looks like he's got to keep it from, what's the word? He's got the, I don't know what the terminology is, but these bolts right here, I believe that's to keep the tire from being ripped off the rim. That's nuts. Oh yeah, he's got a sequential. Yeah, he drags this thing. Oh my God, look at the lines. They don't make them like that anymore. All right, so there's a couple standouts here. There is a 1UZ FE swapped S13, a RB26 swapped Cima Y32 Cima, a 1JZ swapped GT86. So this is Mo. He works at RT Performance in Nagano, and I call him JDM Santa. Mo, I made a video about you at Sly, or you were in my video when you had that Stadia, and I called you JDM Santa Claus.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw
that. Because you just were just running around handing out gifts for everybody. I was like, this dude is awesome. So this one's a Type R, and these two are not. But one thing I love about these is they're all track built. Like these are track cars. Let's have a look. So one thing I look for when I see race-styled cars, is I look for the front. I was like, oh man, does this thing have rock chips on it? And yep, it sure does. It means he drives it, and I think that's a good thing. I look for that. And even more so when I see something like this. Oh my God, it's beautiful. And he's got a full cage, on a really uncomfortable racing seat. His engine, well, actually it's beautiful, but it's obviously been modified. This one over here. Oh no, it wasn't that one. They're both beautiful. Was it this one that wasn't beautiful? Ah, yeah, this one. So this tells me right here, this is a car that's used. It's a tool, and I'm sure he loves it, but it's not babied. I just love seeing that, especially in a car like the NSX. It looks like he's got a YouTube channel. I'm gonna check that out. What's next on your plan?
Next, I'm going to finish stripping the paint off the intake manifold down there. And I'm replacing the radiator as well as a lot of the coolant piping on here.
Yeah.
Because it's really, really old and I don't really know the condition of it, so I'm going to pull it off. As you can see, I had a coolant leak in here, so it's kind of some stains in places. I got to clean that stuff. But I'll make sure that the leak is completely finished beforehand. Make sure that I won't leak anymore on the track. So.
Nice.
I have some new wiring specialty stuff that I'm throwing in. It's in the car. I didn't have time to do it today though. I actually didn't plan on putting the car in the show, but I found out that my spectator ticket is actually a show ticket, so I didn't have a choice.
So now you gotta wash your car real quick, huh?
Oh, it's already clean, but I just wanted to get some of the stains out so I can open my bay up. So it's got good reviews so far, so I'm gonna leave it up for people to see.
There you go. Yeah.
One for the Americans.
All right, so we did some cinematic stuff. Check that out. Hopefully it comes out pretty good. I'm trying a couple different frame rates, just trying new things. So now that that's done, I'm gonna talk a little bit about which car stood out to me. And listen guys, I'm not an expert. The name of the channel is Amateur Enthusiasm, okay? So I'm gonna say stuff that's wrong. You know, that's fine. And I'm all about learning, so correct me, and then I can, maybe one day I will be an expert. All right, so let's show some of the more interesting cars. So here we have a completely track prep Aston Martin. I want to say Vantage, but I'm really not familiar with Aston Martins. I know there's a guy in the garage where I keep my Miata. He has a Vantage, I want to say. This one looks similar to that, but it's obviously heavily modified. It looks like he's got his dampening gestures on the outside, which I thought was pretty interesting. Looks like he has an AC delete because he's got that scoop up there to get air into the cab. And a whole lot of carbon fiber. It's wide body, wide mirror. These mirrors are dope. And he even removed the glass. So it's, I'm assuming it's, if he did that, I'm assuming it's stripped inside. Oh yeah, his trunk is a fuel system. Yeah. So this is a track Aston Martin. I would love to drive something like this one day. This is a standout. You all know it, Volkswagen minibus. This one's really cool. Love seeing these. They're really popular in Japan, and people will often take K cars and they remodel them to look like these cars. Let's look around real quick. Look at that. The mirrors, the front windows come out like that's just so fun. This car's just so fun. Curtains, there's people inside. I don't know how they feel about being filming. Oh, and look at this. I was showing this earlier. Dinosaurs. Kakui ne? It's the really iconic M3 Pandem. I really like the wide body. And the interior is quite nice. Sequential transmission. So I just met the owner of the Cima, and I forgot to mention it's bored out to 2.8 liters. Video daijoubu desu ka?
Okay.
Oh, so he's the owner. It's Hero underscore 32 underscore GTR on Instagram. He's a super nice guy. He's from Gunma. But yeah, and this is his 2.8 bored out RB26 and his Y32 Nissan Cima. It's really cool. Look at that. He's got his list of mods on the hood there. If you're familiar with Brazilian influencers, I hate that word. You might know this car or this guy. He has a million subscribers on YouTube and 250,000 followers on Instagram. I guess he's kind of like the Brazilian Adam LZ. I didn't know of him. He just finished his engine today. I guess he had a Cresta, I want to say, that he pulled the engine out of, and he put it in this BRZ. And Pandem, I guess, gave him the kit as like a donation or as a gift. Let's check it out. So this is him and his crew over here. That's Mo. Mo's the one who introduced me to him. He's a cool guy. He's like, yeah, open the door, check it out. You know, do whatever you want. Yeah. And I guess the car used to be white. And look at the angle on this thing. Look at that. So there's a lot of engine swaps here today, which is actually really cool because in Japan it's really hard to do an engine swap. The paperwork and everything is really difficult. You have to have everything, like even the engine mounts, everything has to be recorded and written down. This is an S13. He has a 1UZ FE in it, and it is track only because he just couldn't get it legal with that configuration. And that is why, with me now going to Okinawa for 4 more years, I will probably not be swapping my Miata because it's just too difficult to do so here. That being said, the Cima guy was able to make his legal. His is an RB26DETT powered Nissan Cima that is road legal. And the 1JZ swapped 86, I think that is, that's not legal. Yeah. Got a wing gang over here. Scooters are a thing here, and they're not lame. They're actually cool. And this guy looks like he's using a Georgia can as a kickstand. That's great. They're so colorful, so many pastels. It's wonderful. That's a track car. Support violent driving seems to be a common sticker here. I don't know if that's a brand. This one looks really cool. And you know, you've got your booths selling stuff as well. Look at this. Look at his view. Yeah. Amazing. Moments like this aren't going to last for very long because cars are getting harder. These cars are getting more and more expensive. They're getting more and more difficult to have. And it's just, customizing one's almost a shame. And they're going to be hard, just rarer and rarer. And so being able to having the opportunity to go to something like this is just really awesome. And I'm really glad to be here right now. It's really cool to watch this happen. I've been here for like 3 years. And I've seen the natural progression. Who knows where it's going to go in the future, but hopefully things don't skyrocket too far and cars are still available to everybody. Let's have a look at the racing. I can't decide if I'm hot or cold. Like I put the jacket on, I'm sweaty. I take the jacket off, I'm cold. It's that temperature right now. It doesn't matter because it's really cool out here. I couldn't find my windscreen for my mic. It fell off. They do that, and I was like, well, I guess I'll just buy a new one. And I came back to my buddy's car I rode with. I came back to my buddy's car I rode with, and this is what I saw. So I guess somebody saw me with the camera and they knew it was mine and they didn't want to talk to me because maybe they were nervous or shy or something, but they wanted to make sure I got it, so they stuck it in the car. It was very nice. I thought it was gone. These are the nice things. These are the nice things about Japan. All right, I think I'm good on video. I'm gonna put this guy down. I'm gonna take some photos. Maybe I'll grab some food, but photos first. So we're gonna go ahead and put the 35 up. We're gonna pick up the 85 Zeiss, and we're gonna see what we can get. I really need like a 130 or a 250 or 130 or a 200 to shoot out here, but we'll try it out. All right, so let's talk about automotive photography. So circuits often have, at least in Japan, will have little photo holes. I'm sure they do in America too, but in Japan, it's pretty accessible. I'll show you. This guy's using a ladder, but it's your preference. What kind of photo you want to get? So they've got these. And that way you can film without getting stuff in the way. If you're using a really high compressed lens, it may not be an issue. But it's nice to not have to worry about it. The downside is it limits your angles and that kind of thing, and sometimes they'll close them up. That's why that guy has a ladder. Let's do some of our own. Oh look, a Supra. We're gonna try and find some food. There's a lot of really cool cars here. I'm about to come up on some, I don't know what there are. I'll show you. Vending machines, because Japan. So we got some Caterhams, but there's also maybe they're built off of a Caterham, but they're like kit cars of some kind. They look like tiny F1 cars. Don't know the details on them. So that's interesting. Looks like they've got like ITVs with a giant funnel attached to them sticking up in the sky. That's cool. Oh no, this is the line for the food. Oh wait, no, it's a toilet line. Okay, that's good. This is the line for the food. No, there's a restaurant in here somewhere. Oh well, let's look at cars. Ooh, look at that thick boy Mazda. Oh, that's the restaurant. Looks a little busy. I wonder if there's anybody I know here. Lot of Swifts. Lot of Swifts. So every time I think I'm done filming, another cool car shows up. This is Mike's Racing's Chaser. So yesterday was crazy. So crazy that I forgot to film a conclusion. So we're gonna do a desk conclusion. That event was following a Mike's Racing race day event the day before, which was the guy who has the really sparkly Chaser. He was the guy who used to be Taiko Saito's mechanic. I did some cinematic stuff while I was there. You'll notice there was a little bit of that in this video, but not very much. That's because I'm gonna do a separate video for the cinematic because this vlog got too long. So that's it. If you like this kind of content, let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys around.